bells. She is ready to channel her inner Carolyn. I am Savvy. We are playing. You're good. We are a group of people who are playing Brindlewood Bay, which is a PBTA where we, you guys play little old ladies who get into trouble and solve murder mysteries. Yeah, let's go around and introduce each of us. I am Savvy, the mistress of ceremonies. Knight, Larian.
I am Knight or Level Up Larian, who is playing Catherine Moore Hall. The reason why she has two last names and it's hyphenated is she had two husbands, and they are her late husbands, and she kept both of their names in their honor. The first one we found out last night was pathetic.
That is now canon.
That is now canon.
Okay, sorry. My husband
Oh,
sent me a
sorry.
picture of him holding his new baby cousin, and it so little. Anyways, Pineapple. Why don't you go next?
I'm Pineapple, and I play Eunice Thornton, the cinnamon but not so cinnamon roll as we thought. Also, slightly more crazy than they were before because we got into some void stuff, and I also have grabbed my book of memory because I feel like I will need it.
And I'm sorry, I will be RB. You guys keep going.
Okay.
All right, I'll go next then. Hi, my name is, oh my God, it's Johan, and I'm playing Laura Scott. I am really curious about whether she got paid from last time, just being in the kitchen and doing a job that wasn't hers. I mean, I
That was
wonder if she
fun.
did a good job or something. Probably she would have gotten fired by the chef,
She got
for
good tips
snooping
though.
around.
Yeah,
She
She
did.
did
I
get
get.
good
I made.
tips,
I made bank. I made $50 just one night.
at least.
At least.
in like an hour.
And like
Oh
an
no,
My
y'all
hour.
were
name.
there working for like a few hours.
Oh dang,
And
that was
I
longer
mean,
than I
Still
thought.
more than what I
wow.
make an hour.
Right.
I mean, bear in mind she also runs a coffee shop. She's like dead tired.
That's how I felt last night.
Bella.
Hi, my name is Bella Strange, and I play the character Carolyn Rhinebeck Wayne, widow of late uh,
Thomas.
entrepreneur Thomas Wayne. He inherited a lot of money, a lot of property, which went to her kids because she now lives in Brindlewood Bay. Um, and she cried a lot last night. She got back to her friend Catherine and got to embarrass her. At least in her mind, she got to think that she embarrassed her friend because appearances are everything. Um, and then she flirted with the police officers. Yep.
It's
And
true.
yeah.
I have forgotten about that
Catherine
part.
Oh.
wasn't the same without her wig. You called it. Catherine denied it.
um, she also had a little visit with a certain somebody in her home after everything went down last time.
And we do not know who that is. Not even I.
It's
The-
Etienne.
Or
It's
what
Etienne. We know
happened.
it's
Oh, it's
Etienne.
definitely Etienne.
Oh, it has to be. It has to be.
It has to be.
JK. Okay, so actually, let me read this real quick. Okay.
Actually, have an extra ball in
Oh,
it.
you guys, after
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, what about the
Something good?
What have we done?
Something good's
I have
happening?
no idea what's happening.
so in Brindlewood Bay, when you're playing a multiple like you're playing a campaign, right? You get to incorporate the Dark Conspiracy, which involves an occult group called the Midwives of the Fragrant Void. And I have a whole sheet dedicated to this. This is a whole like overarching mystery on its own that you guys will start getting into as you move along in the game. Anywho, there's different sections of information that becomes unlocked to you based on how many void clues that you collect. it. And due to, I think it was Bella letting me make her activate that move yesterday with the creepy guy, it reduced the threshold by 1 clue. And the threshold for unlocking the first tier of information was 3. So, and since
That's
it
true.
was, and now it's 2, and you guys have 2. So,
What's the second one?
there was the Cod spoke void to Carolyn, and then the second void clue was whenever Catherine rolled a 12. What? Or no, Laura.
No,
No,
I
I
did.
didn't roll.
I
Oh.
used my.
Catherine.
Okay, well, I made it show up. Okay, yeah, Catherine rolled a 12, and so I figured out the next void clue was the group that was gathered on the beach,
Okay.
mumbling and
okay.
praying.
Yes.
Okay.
So you guys go do
Thought it was just a Harry
your
Potter cosplay convention.
no. Go mark your beginning of session questions, mark 2 of them, and then review your Maven moves so that you can tell me what you need from me before we start the session. And I'm going to read this real quick. Okay, this is exciting. So what'll basically happen is I have different parts. I have information about the history of Brindlewood Bay, and anytime you roll a 12 or more on the meddling move, you not only receive a void clue, but I will also reveal a portion of history through the story somehow. Yeah. Okay, cool. I'm excited.
Well, I picked for the things. I forgot their name. The beginning of the session things.
Uh-huh.
Did you dote on someone? And did you show someone that you still got it?
I feel like you can do that. Just remember that you pick them.
Yes. And also, one of my moves is the Jim Crawford move, the thing with the answering machine that I get
Yeah.
Okay.
how
The answering machine. So you guys go through the rest of your stuff, and I will do that before we do the cozy vignettes.
I will quickly improvise.
Good. Who wants to go next?
I can go.
Yep.
So for my beginning of session, I chose did you behave like a woman half your age, and did you show someone that you've still got it? And then for my Maven moves, I have Scarecrow, which is that I get a free clue that can be applied to any mystery um, when I choose to apply it. And it says to do it at the beginning of the session. A stranger presses something into your hand or leaves something in a place you're sure to find it. The keeper tells you what it is. It can function as a clue, but isn't attached to any mystery at first. You can assign it to any active mystery whenever you wish.
Okay. Thank you.
For Catherine, I think I'm gonna choose again. Did you share a memory of a late family member? And then I think, did you share your wisdom with a young person? And I'm gonna try and make it happen all in the same moment.
And is Carolyn younger than Catherine? Because you
Oh,
could
good
share your
question.
wisdom. Okay, I guess she's not technically a young. It doesn't say younger, does it? It says a young person.
Yeah.
I think we
person.
established this before because that's what we tried to do.
Ah,
Yeah.
gotcha. Yeah, it needs to be a
Young
young and.
person.
Well,
Because
we're going to a funeral, so there's going to be some young kids
Oh,
there,
there's-
surely.
because Catherine sure does share a lot of wisdom with Carolyn through these sessions.
It's just
Wisdom.
only thinly veiled threats.
Oh,
behind that.
absolutely.
Said Carolyn. Often.
Yeah, Carolyn. You know they call it the teenager years for a reason. They start acting like teenagers again.
Okay. Are you going next, Bella?
I think I'm the last one to go.
Oh, okay, cool.
Am I?
Mhm.
Yes. Okay. I marked. Did you share your memory of a memory of a late family member, and did you dote on someone?
Okay. Do you have any moves that I need to
I
trigger?
have. I have the Fox Molder, which we did last time, and the Thomas Magnum.
Why
So
don't you go ahead and take Fox Mulder off, and we'll put it back on when the next mystery starts. Go ahead and unview it. And Thomas Magnum, you trigger that yourself. Okay, so let's start with Laura. I wanted to start with the
Yes.
at the beginning of each session, the keeper will narrate an answering machine message you have received. It is always from an unknown person, and they will always ask you to do some particular task, often unrelated to any active mystery. And when you complete the task, now or in the future, so you need to make a note section or something where you can type down the tasks.
Yes.
I can actually do that for you real quick. I will just go to advanced mode, and then I will add a section. Tasks. And what is the move for that?
Jim Rockford, I think it's
Jim
called.
Rockford tasks. Okay, there. And now anytime you get a task, you can just task one. Can you see that? I just saved it. If you look at your character sheet,
Oh, it's in my character sheet.
yeah. And then actually we can make that visible so that you can just look at that on the screen. There you go. There you go. It's under conditions. Jim Rockford tasks. Then you go in, press advanced, and you can edit it.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, make sure you keep that in mind. They're supposed to become increasingly strange and disturbing. Oh, but you have to have marks on the crown of the void. Okay, so
she does have one.
No, that's
No, I
not
have a
Laura,
golden
that's
crown.
Eunice. Yeah, this is Crowns of the Void. So the golden
Yeah.
crown, those are different. But Laura doesn't have that. Eunice
There's
got that.
there's the crown of the queen, and then there's crown of the void. They're not the same.
Yeah, and
But I thought
Eunice got that last time, and Laura
And-
has done the crown of the queen to not die in a drowning accident.
yeah,
In a
that's what I was
drowning
thinking.
accident.
Yeah. Okay, so on your message, you hear this. I would say it's probably an androgynous voice, and it always sounds like a really quiet. Like they're not like they're trying to whisper, but they're just not aware of the fact that they just don't speak loudly. And it
Oh, okay.
says, and they do know your name. It says, "Hey Laura, I need you to go to I need you to go meet the librarian at the local library and make sure she has the correct cards on file for your friends and yourself."
Wait. Correct cards on file for my friends and me?
Yep.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I'm just supposed to come up with stuff, and that was off the top of my head. Anyways, that's what you get.
All right.
So make sure to write that down. And then for Eunice at the beginning of the session. So I'm not gonna put this in a role play or anything. I'm just gonna tell you what happened.
Okay.
They pressed this. It's this wooden carving of a bird. It's small, but it's really really intricate, and they just pressed it in your hand. You don't know this person from Adam. You can hardly see their face. You don't see them around. Yeah. So add that. It functions as a clue. So yeah, just you could add it to your cozy place and denote it as a clue or something like that.
I just made another note section that says scarecrow clues because I figured
No,
that works.
no, that totally works. Okay, now here we go. We are going to start with our cozy vignettes. And just as a reminder, Eunice had to mark her Crown of the Void last time because she failed an occult move. And so now things. What do you have to do? What does it say in there?
I have a shadow in the garden. During cozy vignettes focused on you or cozy moves, and scenes involving you, you must also narrate how dark entities subtly reveal themselves.
Ah, yes. So that's on you. Now, who wants to go first?
Oh
I guess
boy.
Catherine will go. Oh, Laura's going first.
Go ahead, Laura.
No. Okay. I just make it off the top of my head. See, this is how we work best here. I think you're gonna find Laura sitting in her living room, talking in her phone through her talking in the phone with her daughters, both of her daughters, like a conference call, and they're just kind of like the usual. Hey, how are you doing? I'm fine. Do you need anything? Like just a check in, like a check in.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think that's really all that you see. She's just having one of those days where she feels kind of lonely, and she's calling up her daughters to see if she can fill up at least a few hours of her day not being alone in her house.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. Who wants to go next? Catherine?
Yeah, Catherine today is mourning the loss of her wig um, from last session, and
She's not going to
she's
get it back?
well, she might get it back, but she knows it won't be in
Pristine
salvageable
condition.
order. So she's acting like it's gone. Clarice was that wig, and it was her red beehive one.
Clear. Wait, it
She
had a
named her
name?
wig Clarice, yes.
Oh,
And
okay. Wow. Rip. Sorry.
she names all her wigs, it's fine. So Clarice, definitely not coming back probably, but that's okay. Today she's wearing a hat.
And what kind of hat?
It's a baseball cap, definitely
Really?
fluorescent.
Oh, it's very.
Old person,
Okay.
Loud.
like fluorescent. It's like one of those fluorescent, like really nylon-y materials that wouldn't hold a structure if it would just laid flat on the
I
table.
gotcha.
You
I
were
would have
thinking it would
thought
be
it
one
would
of
be
those like
like.
visors or something, or
I thought it would be
sombrero.
like a sun
A big
hat,
straw
like
sun
big, a
hat.
big straw one with some. I've got one. I'm not
She
old.
no, she's too depressed for that
Oh, okay.
at the moment. Maybe later, maybe that's a later look for her. But she's out on her porch, and she's got her box of Kleenex, and she's just watching people go by and being very dramatic out on the porch this morning. Like she had lost a third husband or something.
Oh,
Like very dramatic over this wig. And um and she's just like loving the attention she's getting. Like everybody's stopping to see what's wrong, and she's just pretending like, like, oh, I couldn't possibly talk about it, and she's just soaking in the attention with how dramatic she is. um
what are people's reactions when they find out it's a wig?
um I think they think she's lost it a little bit.
Okay,
and
that's fair.
and they're like, oh, a wig, like they're like, she's obviously overreacting over this wig. So that's why she doesn't look great today. She doesn't look herself because she's been dewigged.
Her
And
crown has been
her
removed.
crown's been removed, and she's got plenty more. Like she could just put on another one, it doesn't matter. But it's the and I think her friends, Laura and Eunice and Carolyn, would all expect this would be her behavior for sure. She
Right.
probably did this after her wig got wet from almost drowning. So
That's all she cared
um,
about in that moment.
that's basically, it was just like her poor wig was never going to be the same after this. So yeah, I think that's where she's at right now, and she's just really she's really playing it up, and she's loving the attention from like all the people just stopping by to see what's wrong with her, because it's characteristic but not as often, so they think it's
I
uncharacteristic, but
gotcha. Yeah, they're
her
used,
friends would call her out.
and they will. I'm
Probably.
sure. Okay,
Carolyn specifically.
who wants to go next?
Likely.
I can go next.
Okay.
Um, on on her way out to meet her daughter, who drove up and is staying in a hotel for the next day or so to meet her daughter for breakfast, Carolyn stops and drops a little envelope on into Catherine's mailbox and drives off, not really trying to uh, really bring attention to herself. She's not trying to make a big grandiose scene over dropping an envelope in a mailbox. It's unmarked, but inside she would find a gift card for her favorite beauty store to replace the wig or buy some hair dye.
Aw.
Inside, there's a
That's
note
cute.
saying, "Replace that mop."
Jeez. Jeez.
Um, when she goes and visits her daughter, she apologizes. She she doesn't elaborate on why the apology happened or what she's apologizing for, but the daughter seems to understand. It's been a very long time since either of them have met up in person and talked. The brunch ends tearfully but happily, um, and then they enjoy some mimosas and French toast.
Aw. So there's been some reconciliation or something happening.
Yes,
That's so sweet. That's exciting.
and but of course she also asks a million questions about her precious
Oh,
grandson.
of course. I was about to
Of
ask.
course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who is going next?
I
Is it
think I'm
just
the only one
pineapple?
left.
Just pineapple. Don't forget all the darkness.
Yeah, I.
Eunice has
Thanks.
changed.
Um, so in a very similar way, Eunice is going to see her children. So she's at the pet shelter and she's with all the cats. Um, her children, obviously.
Oh. I was like, why is she at this? Okay.
No. So yeah, she's at her shelter, and I think she is just doing uh like she's taking inventory, making sure they're good. She's basically just doing the mundane routine task, and she's just trying to keep herself busy. Um, whether that is busy doing actual work or busy just like talking to one of the cats, it doesn't matter. Like as long as she is doing something that is not thinking about what happened that night,
Yeah.
then uh she is fine. And I think that she keeps, you know, that feeling like when you feel like there's someone behind you and you turn around but there never is.
Hmm.
Well, I think she gets that feeling, and every time she turns around she swears she sees a dark figure out of the corner of her eye, and then she keeps looking, not there, and then a few minutes later it'll happen again. So I think it's a base paranoia.
How does that make her feel?
um she is very I'm trying to think of a way. So she loves that she's out of the shelter, so she's loves being by all the cats, but it makes it feel like it's not a safe place,
Hmm.
and I think that devastates her because
That was her
this is
place.
this is her place, and it's what she's worked very hard for, and it's like her pride and joy, and if it can't feel safe anymore, then I think that is a problem for her.
That's really sad. I'm sorry, Eunice. Okay.
This is what night moves do, people.
Right. This is don't.
This is why I wanted to stay away from night moves.
Nope, they're great.
No.
The
There's no
best moves.
problems. Best
No.
They're the
moves.
best moves.
Yeah, best moves.
Okay. So, with all of that out of the way, we zoom into the Mavens. It is the day that you guys have been waiting for. You have wanted to get your meddling little noses into the Kraus residence where the it was awake. Uh definitely. So all of you guys were able to see Mr. Albert Kraus and his waterlogged, you know, looking great. Not great at all. No, I won't go into detail. He drowned for people who are watching. It's gross. Anyways, the guy did the makeup and everything. He tried. A there were a ton of people that showed up for the wake, but only a handful were invited to the reception. And due to Catherine's willingness to help out with the case, I mean, all of you guys are willing, but like Catherine actually went and like examined the body, and they're trying to like determine foul play or whatever. Some of the it's hard because I don't know what happened to him. Like, I can't say because I don't know. So I'm wondering if the family would actually be excited to have you guys.
Well, Eunice is
I'm
also
sure
a friend
some
of the
of them
family.
would be,
Oh
but
yeah, Eunice is a friend of the family, and then Bella also was involved in the yacht. Not Bella. Carolyn was involved in the yacht club stuff. So I think it is natural, like with you guys being closer to the family than just like complete strangers in the town. You
and
guys are invited.
depending on what the patriarch of the family did, Thomas might have been involved with them too.
Oh yeah, that's right. The patriarch, Albert. We could say that Albert knows you guys. Well, knew you guys. Rest in peace. Um, yeah, so their home is extravagant. That's the only way I can put it. It is like mansion like. It's got like 16 rooms. Um, it's got this grandiose porch, and you guys are dwarfed even by the door. Like, it's just all very over the top. The doors are open, and you can as you peer inside, you see the Krauses. They're talking to various people. Tones are really quiet. There's food, delicious food probably. Etienne is there, and he sees Eunice, and he like gives a little wave, but he does not approach um any of you guys. Had would Catherine would have given her the pearls?
I think Catherine would have attempted to give.
Yeah, I was
Eunice
gonna
the
ask
pearls.
attempt.
Yeah, I don't know if Eunice would have accepted, but it would have definitely. She would have made an effort.
Okay,
Um,
I think it depends on how persistent you were, because Eunice definitely would not do it immediately. But if like, if this was like multiple times you would bring it up, then eventually I think she would just take them.
Y'all would have had a couple
So
of
that
days to
yeah,
get to that point, so.
I think if you had said no, Catherine would have just stashed them in your house at some point and just left them there.
that's
Because
fine.
she also doesn't want the pearls that are yours. So she doesn't even like pearls,
They're for
But she
cheap women.
Yeah, but not Eunice. Eunice is not cheap.
See,
Definitely not.
but Eunice will never wear them because she feels like they are not cheap.
That's fine. And actually the necklace was actually really nice, and it was made by hand. He handpicked all the pearls from all the oysters he shucked, Eunice. So you really should just take the necklace. It was a gift. And as you were doing whatever you were doing, she would shove it in your nightstand or something.
While
Nice.
Eunice was cleaning your house, you went in
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
and stashed it in her jewelry box.
With the doilies.
Yeah.
Obviously.
You were like,
Yeah.
now that I know that she won't be home on this day at
Right.
this time.
Because she
Yeah.
does clean my house.
Yeah.
It is that Eunice. That is the same Eunice. Okay, let's get to it. You guys, listen.
Carolyn feels right at home.
Sheriff Dalrymple is there, offering a comforting hand to Amanda Kraus. Emily is sprawled out on the couch on her phone. She could not care less what's going on. Andrew, y'all haven't met Andrew. Andrew, he approaches you as you come in, and he has the whole butler garb, like the penguin thing going on. He's even got the like tail flaps on his coat, and he like gives a bow. And he's like, "Welcome, madams. May I take your hat slash coat slash whatever you may be wearing that it would be normal for a butler to like, relieve you of."
I don't think Laura will be
I
carrying
don't-
anything special.
I don't think Eunice would either.
But Catherine's wearing a hat.
No, Catherine would have put on a wig for this.
Oh, this is
She'd
fair.
be wearing Elizabeth, I'm sure.
Okay.
She'd have her Elizabeth on, and she would also probably have her lab coat, so she'd take that off and give it to him.
The lab coat to the wedding.
To the funeral.
Funeral. I'm here to inspect the dead.
Well, she doesn't leave the house without her lucky lab
We're
coat.
not trying to
fair.
be suspicious here. We all know what we're here for. We don't need other people to.
So yeah, she'd have her Elizabeth on, which is probably some done up blonde wig that's like, I don't know.
Oh.
Something.
Her Elizabeth is the name of her wig.
Yeah.
I thought you were yeah, I
Oh.
thought you were saying a style. I was like, what's the style? What is it?
No,
What?
it's
I don't
just
know.
the name of her wig.
Okay, I'm catching on. Bella, does Carolyn have anything that she would give?
Carolyn is wearing a nice mink fur coat and has her best Sunday hat on, trying to show respect for the dead. And so she graciously lets the butler take her items and thanks him, feeling right at home. This was just like her big old Georgian estate. She misses it.
I'm sorry, there's somebody who spammed our chat in the.
I see that. Are you gonna?
I
time them
don't
out?
want to be famous. How do I do
Yes.
mod stuff on?
We want to be famous.
Just click on their name and it should come up like a.
Ah.
I mean, want to be
Ban.
famous enough so Oreo sponsors us, but just until that point.
Right. Okay,
There we go.
I fixed it. Okay, so the butler, his name is Andrew. That's right.
Andrew.
It's like, thank you, madams. I am Andrew. If you need anything, I am here to serve. Please be very Yes.
How old is Andrew?
Oh, Andrew is like 75, 80. He has obviously been with this family for a very long time. He has gray hair, he's fastidious, he's eloquent, and he just like flows with he seems not stiff or anything at all. It's like he glides across the room
Oh,
like a
interesting. Does he have
ballroom
military
dancer.
background?
No, he does not.
Oh.
He is much too soft.
I am the same. I understand.
He takes all the coats and stuff, and he says, if you need anything, feel free to call for me. I will be making my rounds, and we will be setting up for I'm gonna call this happening on a Sunday matinee. So do not eat yourselves too much, because there's like little hors d'oeuvres and stuff. Yeah, I know.
Like high
That's weird.
tea?
Yeah, high tea. That's exactly what it is. I was testing you all. No.
Sure.
And also please do bear in mind the anguish Miss Amanda Kraus, that's her name. Miss Kraus is suffering at the moment, and just be very, very gentle. Thank you, ladies. And he like glides off. Like ballroom dancer. And he hangs your coats up in the closet, and then he goes to Amanda, who like is crying, and he like comforts her. You probably notice that he's constantly going to Amanda and paying very special attention to her.
Okay.
Scandalous.
Uh-huh.
I feel like Catherine would have her like a veil on to hide her because she's very fancy for these funerals. She's got her black gloves on and a black dress or gown, I don't know, and her veil. She figures with her blonde Elizabeth on, and she definitely, if she can see that and takes note of it. But does she notice anything else? Can she see who else What else could she notice?
Well, she obviously sees different people from the town, and Catherine like knows every single person who is at this place. You might not
Give
know
birth to
them,
them all.
but she knows because of your people watching. And you're like, oh, that person goes to Laura's Cafe only on Tuesdays at 3. And this person is always walking their dog and they never pick up their poop. And I need to contact the HOA. And then all like you know the ins and outs of all these people. These people don't have names because they're not
Okay.
important.
Mhm.
The other people are Sarah Krause, which
Catherine
is
doesn't care to know.
right. She doesn't. It's just what they do. It's not who they are, right?
Exactly.
Sarah Krause, which is the older, like in her 40s daughter. Then David Krause, who's also older. He's in his 20s. Then Emily, who is about 16, and that is it.
That's my sister's name and age.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think before she does anything, she would nudge Carolyn and just sit and just thank her for the the note. And
What you talking about?
Can you move your mic closer to your mouth, Carolyn? Thank you.
she said, "I don't know what you're talking about."
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh
You're
well,
welcome.
Elizabeth here decided to join us. She's beautiful. I love her.
I agree.
Oh, great. Um, and then
Okay,
I think
just
she
feeling
would sit
morbid.
back and just watch for a minute and just take in the sights and what things are doing, what's happening around her.
Okay.
She'd assess.
And at this point, I want you guys to make sure you know what your wishes are because I know some of y'all's wishes tie into
Should
this
we have? Should we
scene.
do
And
that right now?
I mean, I
No.
can say them real quick. Laura wants to use tarot cards to confront the family. Catherine
Okay,
wants to talk to one of the Kraus family. And
Well, I do. I just don't yet.
I know, I'm just saying.
Okay.
Um, Eunice wants to use her new moves. So, okay. I just wanted to bring that up. Okay, what's Eunice and Laura doing?
I think Laura's gonna like kneel, like I don't know what's it called, is get closer to Eunice and ask her, so did you know that Catherine named her wigs? I didn't know that.
I don't think I knew it was the wigs. I knew she said random names occasionally, but I
I
did
mean,
not make the connection that it was the wigs she was talking about.
wait, does he say them random names occasionally? Isn't that weird?
Well, yeah, but I think it's the wigs. I think she talks to her wigs.
She talks to her. Okay, okay.
Maybe it's an outlet. Maybe it's healthier than others.
Maybe she needs to see another doctor, like one in psychiatry. I mean, I'm just saying it would be a good idea.
I mean, I'm not disagreeing.
Right. Thank you. So, on, on another note, I'm thinking I'm gonna go talk with the help. I think that's what Carolyn calls it. The people that work here to live, and I'm just gonna ask a couple questions, see what they think about the family.
Um,
Shade.
just so
I think
everybody knows, uh, this is in game and in character.
Yes, yes.
These are a bunch of old women, you know. Okay. Anyways,
I think I should. I think I
Carolyn
should.
was Skeeter. She tried her best to help people out.
Help the help.
Yeah, yeah. That's the whole point of the help.
Right.
I
She
think.
wanted to not perpetuate all that.
I think I will go with you because I think I can relate to them on more than levels than some. So,
Is
I
is
mean, I
is
wasn't even recognized as cleaning my own friend's home. So, You know.
Good point. That is
All
brutal.
the shade tonight.
Like, how are you feeling about that, by the way? Are you okay?
I'm getting over it. It was, in the moment, it was very heated. And,
Right.
I
I
really think we
remember.
should stop talking about it because it's just getting me more flustered. And,
Yes. Yeah.
she
Okay.
tried to secretly give me a gift, which I don't know about you, but if you're trying to make someone apologize for you, I don't know why you would sneak into their home, drop off a gift, and expect them to just randomly find it. But, here we are.
I mean, she does stalk people.
That's true.
This is like the logical extension.
Is Catherine right here while y'all are
Yes.
talking to her? Have y'all not moved
Yes.
away from her yet?
No, we're just talking a little bit from.
Johan is breaking up really bad for me. Is it that
Yes.
way for anyone? Okay, I was
Yes.
afraid it was just mine. I was like, no, Johan.
He's frozen, very frozen.
You look really
no.
happy though, Johan.
He's so yeah, he's
It's a
like
good angle.
loving
That
all
is a
the
great
shade.
profile pic.
He looks very happy.
I love that we very much made two sides of this group, and it's great.
Uh-oh. Does he know?
Uh-oh.
Maybe.
Let me message him in Zencaster.
I think he's trying to figure out what's going on. Wait. He's.
Are you
moving
back?
again.
There we
I
go.
hear
Did it
him.
work?
Whew.
There we go. I
Yes.
see
Yeah,
him.
it's my internet.
Okay,
There it is.
okay.
My internet just went away.
And then it came back.
Yeah, I mean, point of order, maybe doing that a little bit. It's been doing that today for some reason, just coming in and out.
I got you. It's no problem.
The internet's on
there a-
Catherine's side.
Is there
It
a
is.
high pressure storm?
Aha.
I do not know. I don't keep track of that hurricane business. I'm
mean, it
in
is hurricane
Florida. I don't need to worry about that kind of stuff.
In Florida, you don't need to worry about hurricanes.
I'm being
What?
really sarcastic. Okay.
Okay, I was just like trying
No,
to
trust
give you
me, I
another
get it.
geography lesson.
I'm in South Carolina and I'm still
Oh.
recovering from the floods of 2016.
I know,
Whatever.
right?
Okay.
Dude, I mean, I'm still recovering from Maria here, so.
Yeah, that was rough. I'm sorry that y'all had
it
to.
was.
Yeah, that's bad. Okay, so Catherine
Johan
has
say?
heard all of this. Oh no,
Uh-oh.
that he
It's
doesn't
like-
look so happy now.
I feel like Catherine just doesn't want him to say it, so
DDoSing him
I
right
think-
now.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think the.
Uh-oh.
well, what I gather is Catherine has some redemption to do in the future.
I think
Yeah,
I'm going to finish this before he fully comes back.
Eunice is
This row.
Eunice is like,
I
"It's
thought
okay,
you meant
take
the
your
whole
time,
thing.
Take your time."
Oh no! I still have a ball and a half a yarn to go, at least.
Eunice, I think is very wounded and a little bitter.
So
Eunice is
bitter.
just a little toxic this week.
But to be fair, she suffered a trauma.
Oh, we were supposed to be friends.
We can be friends and still hate each other.
I mean, yeah, I guess Carolyn and I are a good example.
Oh, is it back?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. No, yeah, my internet's straight up just spotty.
I'm sorry, man.
Can you guys hear him? Because I cannot.
It's
Oh,
okay.
I
I
can
can
totally hear him.
Okay, I'm gonna refresh Zencaster.
Oh no.
Wait.
What do I do?
I mean, if you do
Wait,
refresh it, then
Okay,
you.
no, I can hear him. I can hear him.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah, I'm here.
I did not refresh.
Oh
I'm not
no.
ghostly.
But okay, let's go before we lose him again. Okay. Johan or
before I leave. All right.
Laura and Eunice want to go
Okay,
seek out
yeah.
Andrew.
Andrew would be the place to start. What do you think, Eunice?
I think Andrew's a good place to start, and he might be able to tell us where, like, they. Oh, this sounds wrong. Where they like congregate, or where we can find them. Well, I don't wanna say where
Find
yet.
them. Find them who?
Find the rest of like the help.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I don't know what a good way to word this is.
the
My regret saying that.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so right now, Andrew is comforting Amanda, who is talking with her hands and crying. She looks very distraught.
Uh huh. Carolyn has her suspicions.
Do you get closer, Catherine?
Um,
Yeah, she has the letter in her pocket too.
I was gonna have I have an idea. I want to do something.
She
real
brought
quick.
it for this occasion.
Can I? What's the guy's name? Oh gosh,
Andrew.
The one that's-
Andrew.
Yeah, I want to go up to Andrew and ask him if I want him to write something down so that we can compare handwriting. But I'm trying to think of how to get that
Oh.
done.
Directions?
Yeah.
Ask for
Okay.
Directions somewhere.
The directions to the rest of the help, please.
I was gonna. Okay.
Or a
so yeah.
recipe?
Oh.
Maybe- maybe-
You really likes the cucumber sandwiches, and you wanted him to write down the recipe.
Yes, that is definitely it. Because I
Yeah.
want to use them for our book club.
Oh,
I
that's a
want to
good
use them
idea.
when we meet. Okay.
They
yeah.
are good anyway, so why not?
Yeah.
Y'all got me craving cucumber sandies now.
Yeah.
They're delicious, Knight. Have you
Yeah.
never had one?
Oh,
You mix it up with mayo and like some sweet stuff and
Some
He's just
sweet
totally
stuff.
dissing Southern culture.
no, I'm not. I'm from the north. Winter is coming.
Okay, back on topic. So, who is all approaching Albert? Not Albert. Albert is dead. Andrew.
Andrew. I think Eunice is approaching Andrew, right? If that's the case, I think Laura's gonna move her way towards the kitchen, so there isn't two people accosting, the crying person.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It needs to be a costume.
Anybody else? Catherine wants to accost.
Catherine is definitely going to go up and give her condolences to Amanda.
So, I'm going to stop you there.
Okay.
Because as you approach and you can hear Amanda talking to Andrew, and he's of course like patting her arm. It does not look weird, okay? It doesn't look
Okay,
like he
yeah.
is like all up in her space. He's just like very doting on her.
That's what I'm supposed to be doing.
He's
I'm
like,
supposed to dote on
I need that XP. You hear Amanda, and she is talking about how her 4th annual Warriors Ball is coming up, and how it's like she's ranting. It's in a charity event. Who does charity? Eunice, you would know as soon as you hear this. You're like, oh yeah, that's about those veterans suffering from testicular cancer, and she's hosting that for a week from now in Brindlewood Bay. And
Carolyn is in touch with the social events. I feel like she would know too.
yeah, she would know. So this is like a big thing, and she's ranting about this, and she says it's just like Albert to go and get himself killed when I'm on the precipice of charity fundraiser greatness. The man could be so self-involved.
Oh,
And
Wow.
Andrew
He died.
Oh, she's
Oh.
staying?
Andrew
It was
just
her, we
comforts
know.
her, and Andrew says, I know you were looking forward to that. Mr. Krause could definitely use thinking of others, but unfortunately he's not. Also, Mr. Krause's coffin, which is open, is like in the living room because it's awake, so like he's there. She's not near it.
Just listening.
Yeah, he's just listening.
Because he's not dead.
that would be a good twist. Aha, it's me. I was not dead.
I knew it. Um,
I knew it. It was the butler.
Somebody
How could
opened
you
me up
do
when I
this
was
to me?
alive.
what does Catherine do now? You may finish your action now that you know what's being said. Catherine and Eunice hear this. I don't know if Carolyn has also approached.
No, Carolyn's
Well-
going to be approaching Emily.
Okay.
Okay, so I think she goes up and she's like, Andrew, dear, do you mind if we have a moment?
Oh, ma'am, what can I do for you?
No, I just want some time with my dear friend here.
Oh, a moment
Yeah.
with Miss Krause, I see, not a moment with myself. I was
No,
very,
thank
very
you, though.
confused. However, Miss Amanda, I do have to say that the high tea shall be served in 15 minutes. If maybe you need to go freshen up. And she just like pats his arm, he pats her arm. It's all very cordial. He cares a great deal about her, you can tell. It's not quite returned. Um, and yeah, and he goes off probably towards wherever Laura is going off
Oh,
to.
I was gonna say Eunice wants to hijack him.
kitchen.
Oh, okay. Let's finish Catherine, and then I'm gonna hop over to Emily and Carolyn, and then we're going to do the silliness that's gonna happen
Okay.
with you two down there.
Chaos.
I think Catherine would start, like, Amanda, I'm so sorry for your loss. And she would start to talk about, she's like, I know you have your charity event come up, and my dear late husband, James, he was, he always dreamed of being in the military. He didn't quite get there, but he was a fine doctor, and he always wished that he would serve. So you can count on me being there for sure. I just wonder if you would mind entertaining me for a few more minutes, and just she pulls out of her clutch um, the envelope that she found. She's like, could you just explain to me what this letter's all about?
That was found in Amanda's room. Okay, I was trying to remember. She looks
Oh wow.
and she looks at Catherine, and of course she was like crying, and she was thanking you for your condolences, etc., etc. Especially about the charity. Like, she hardcore is upset that she's in this state and she's got stuff to do, and Albert's awful. And
And I think just anticipating her reaction, she would say, I am trying to solve your husband's murder, and I do understand that this is quite troubling at this time, but I don't know if this letter is a clue to this murder, but I just need to know a little more information if you don't mind.
she let me see if this counts. Okay, I'm gonna count this as
As a meddling move, or
do something risky for a day
Oh.
move, because
Okay.
you are doing something risky by outing this
Oh,
piece of
100%.
information. So why don't you roll with, what do you think?
Persuasion?
There's no persuasion in this game.
Um,
I would say it needs to be either presence or
Composure, because she's trying to be really calming, maybe.
uh-oh, Laura's gone. You gotta log back into Fari. It kicked you out, Johan.
Really? I'm still here.
no,
Can
Infari.
Safari?
Oh, I'm. Oh,
if you see it, just refresh it and come back in, because I don't see you.
Do you want me to roll presence?
Yeah, what do you think?
I mean, I think she's trying to put something together.
Oh, it is use presence if your maven is trying to charm someone, intimidate someone, or capture someone's imagination.
Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely presence.
Okay. I'm rolling. Do I have anything that I can use?
That's your thing. Look in your cozy place. I think I'm gonna start ruling that once you use a cozy item, the next session you can add something.
Okay.
to
I
that.
think I'm just gonna roll presence. I don't know if there's anything really appropriate.
Okay. I mean, it is what you
Ooh,
make
an
it,
8.
so the bottle of placebos. You force them down her throat and she suddenly becomes
Yeah.
compliant.
These are truth pills. You must tell me.
Okay, on a 7 to 9, the keeper will tell you how your actions would leave you vulnerable, and you can choose to back down or go through with it. If you go through with it, the keeper describes what it looks like. So this action would leave you vulnerable because it would definitely cause a scene. It would cause great upset to Amanda. She wouldn't, if you failed, she would have kicked you out, but you didn't fail. I'm not gonna make that harsh, but yeah, you just it causes a scene, and Andrew probably comes back and takes Amanda out to get composure. So would
Okay.
you like to go through with it, or
So
would
I
you like to
wouldn't find
back
out any
down?
information.
Um,
It
no.
was a partial success.
It was a partial success, so but I can only tell you what you find if you agree to go through with it. I am only supposed to tell you how your actions would leave you vulnerable
So I
before you
don't necessarily
decide.
find out any information.
Well, it's a partial success, so you would find out something, but that's not what I'm supposed to tell you before you decide yes or no.
Okay. Well, no. I mean, I was just asking about the mechanic. Not
Oh, okay.
like-
So yeah, for the mechanics of it, it is a partial success, so you do get what you want, but it leaves you vulnerable.
Right.
But I don't describe you getting what you want.
like-
I describe the vulnerable part. Then
Right.
you say yes or no. If you say yes, we will go and go get the good
Okay.
stuff. But if you say
I-
no, then we won't do any of it.
I think knowing how distraught this could be, she's already lost 2 husbands. I think she would just say, "You know what, dear, we'll talk about this another time," and she would back down.
Okay. Amanda, she kind of looks at does she see the letter?
Yeah, you should flash the letter.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna make that was part of your move, that you did something risky. So I'm gonna say that she does not realize what you're talking about because you chose to back down. Because I feel like if she saw it, it would cause a scene. So that's part of that
Okay.
issue. So if you chose to back down, she didn't really see it. She's not like in her right frame of mind. She doesn't know really what you're talking about, and also she doesn't expect anyone to know because you took it from underneath her mattress on her yacht. So like, how she wouldn't be able to connect that because you wouldn't have been there. She doesn't even know you that well, so
Maybe she's gonna create her own mystery and stash the letter in his coffin for her to find later.
maybe.
It's not a bad
Okay,
idea.
we hop on over to Bella or Carolyn real quick. Carolyn, you're approaching Emily, who is she's laid out on the couch. She's chewing some bubble gum. And she is not doing it in a polite way. Like, you can hear her sister Sarah every once in a while she comes by and she like pops her in the mouth and is like, you need to stop that. Like, she's reprimanding her. Sarah, every time Sarah comes by, she looks really upset, like legit upset. Amanda was angry upset. Sarah is like sad upset about everything. And Emily, yeah, she is definitely just texting. Like, her thumbs never stop moving. She does not notice you. She does not look up.
I would like to snap my fan open and fan myself with it.
Okay.
Oh, darling, would you mind sitting up a little bit so that I could rest my achy old bones?
She like looks over at you. Does she You didn't do her birthday party, right? That was Eunice. Eunice. Okay, so she doesn't really know you because she's not involved in all the yacht stuff. And she looks around. She looks at you, then she looks around, and she says, "I was trying to decide if I wanted you to roll for it, but it's not really risky, so I'm not going to worry about it."
I'm
She
forgetting the risky things.
She basically tells you like there are literally at least 6 different seats in this place. I'm pretty sure you could go find somewhere else. And she like recrosses her legs on the couch. And then
Well,
Sarah comes up behind her and like smacks her in the back of the head. And she's like, "That's not how you talk to anybody around here, Emily." And in a Boston accent, not a Southern accent, because they're from Boston. Um,
thank you, Sarah.
Sit up and behave. Get your nose out of that phone. And she looks at Carolyn, and I'm having a really hard time hearing you, Bella. Anybody else? Thank you.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. She looks at Carolyn and she's like, "I'm so sorry for my sister. She just kids these days."
I understand completely. You know, my grandson is really tech savvy too. I was just wondering if she would be interested in seeing or hearing anything about him. But, you know, a real promising job in tech. But, you know, if she doesn't want to live comfortably for the rest of her days like her dear old mother does, then I can see myself useless to this young whippersnapper.
Yeah, Emily like kind of side eyes you, and she like gives a big sigh, and she like puts down her phone for a second. And she's like, "Listen,"
Listen.
she says, um, "Can we put a pin in this conversation for a second? Because I have to reply to this DM real quick. So if you will just wait, I got to reply to yeah." It's really none of your business, actually.
I
And she
thought
goes back and she's like, "This is how the character sheet told me to play her. I'm not intentionally being super rude."
I thought you were telling me, "Oh wait, I've got to take care of this."
No, no, no. This is what it says to do, so that's what I'm doing.
Carolyn's just gonna sit on her legs.
Oh no, she totally
Sit.
moves when Sarah tells her to.
Okay.
So she sits up, but she's leaning back
Uh,
and she's like,
Now there's no need to do all that. They took away my driver's license. I can't see proper now, can I? Now, if you just want to sit up and sit proper like a young lady and show some respect at your father's funeral, I
"The
can be.
funeral was like 2 hours ago."
Well, I thought it was wake then funeral.
I don't know how that works.
I think it's. I think it.
Because
I think.
they bury at the end of the funeral.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
you're
wake then
totally
funeral.
right. Okay, this is the wake. Okay, that's totally in a couple of hours.
You have any respect for your father? He's paying for that little rectangle in your hand, and he's paying for those fancy clothes on your body, and for this big old house that you're in. Do
she
you really
she
want to be this disrespectful at your own father's funeral?
she like rubs her eyes, and she whenever she brings her fingers down, like you can see tears just like start forming. And she has her phone in one hand and she's rubbing her eyes with the other, and she says, "Look, I'm just doing something really important right now. And if you look down at the phone, even with your bad eyesight, you would be able
That
to
was the
see,
wiper.
oh, okay. You would be able to see a picture of a white fluffy dog." And she is like just crying. And she's like, "I am having a really hard time and I just need people to leave me alone."
Okay.
Carolyn would like to gently like pat her shoulder. Do you need to talk about it, darling?
I don't want to talk.
I know, I know. When I lost my husband and when I lost my daddy, everything just
I don't care about that. I care about my dog.
Okay. There it is.
and we
There it is.
and we snap
Carolyn's
over.
like thinking. Carolyn's plainly thinking, like it's straight on her face. A damn dog. I understand, sweet girl.
We snap right on over to Laura and Eunice. What are you guys up to?
Uh, Eunice was gonna hijack.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
right.
I think as what's his name, Andrew?
Andrew, yep.
Yeah. So as he's heading to the kitchen, I'm just gonna walk next to him, and yeah, I'm just gonna say, Andrew, sir, uh, those cucumber
Yes,
sandwiches
madam.
that they had out there. Do you think you could like share the
Oh,
recipe
the
with me?
cucumber sandwiches. Those are always a hit, aren't they?
Mhm. Yes, and I
How
think
do
they would
you
just be
take
great.
yours?
Written down on a piece of paper.
Were they to your liking? Do I need to bring out
Yes.
some more?
No,
I
no, they're absolutely perfect. Yeah, you might want to think about bringing out some more
I
soon.
can do that. He spins on his
Um,
heel.
but really quick, Eunice is gonna stop him if he starts to walk away. Eunice is going to stop him.
Okay.
Do you think you should share the recipe with me? Like, just write it down. And she pulls out like a post-it note or like a notepad and a pen. Do you think you could just write it down so I can use it in some of my charity events? What was it though? What was the event that she was going to do that we just talked about?
Veteran ball.
Oh,
Yeah, the veteran.
the ball.
Yeah. Um, I'm supposed to be I'm trying to set it all up, and we need to have ingredient lists for all the food items, so if people have allergies, they know what's in everything. And well, if you could just write that down, that would be a great help to me because I'm sure that will have some because
Well, certainly, ma'am. You know, madam, with all due respect, cucumber sandwiches are made with bread and cucumbers.
it's not up to me. I have to have this written down for the legal reasons because if I don't, you don't understand. I could get fined, and I just can't afford that right now. I'm trying. I, the kids in the orphanage, like
Okay,
3 blocks away. They need that
okay.
money that I'm giving them,
Miss
and
Oh,
I just don't have time to be going through all those court systems and legal documentation. So if you could just write it down for me, it's 3 ingredients. I just asking you to write it down on this piece of paper. That's all I'm asking. Real quick, real simple.
he takes the piece of paper and uses his palm and he writes down the ingredients, which is like bread, mayonnaise, and cucumbers. But it's like all scribbly, and at one point the pen like poked through the paper because it's not a solid surface, and it's fairly, and he's also writing it in cursive, so it's like, I'm sorry, it's not my best writing, but you do understand I must get to the kitchen immediately.
It's
I hope
fine.
this works.
It'll do. They don't actually read it. They just need something for me to turn into it.
Okay, yeah, he goes.
Getting rid of Andrew.
Oh my God, the stress.
Yeah, Eunice is gonna go try and find Laura now, I guess.
I'm sorry.
What, Laura?
Oh, she's in the kitchen, right where Andrew's going, right?
Okay, yep.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So is there anyone else in the kitchen, or is it just
It's definitely so what you see is this like 10 times more extravagant than the kitchen on the yacht, which is saying something.
Yeah.
And you see some just, it's really a modest number of chefs, like maybe 2 to 3. Like it's not a ton of people. And then David Kraus, he is leaning back against the counter and he is just helping himself to everything that they're making before it gets like plated. And he's just like, let me see what he's doing real quick. He is on his phone, he's texting somebody. He gets a phone call and he says something like, I know that you need me there. I'll be back as soon as I can. Sarah made me come. I had to come. So I have to be here, but I'll take the first flight out and I will be back. I know that the gallery show is in the morning. I will be there, I swear. And then he hangs up and he like angrily eats cucumber sandwiches. And the chefs are really annoyed, but they don't say anything because they keep having to replace the ones that he eats. Yeah.
Oh boy, a lot of chefs. Like,
And what he looks like, he's got an avant-garde fashion sense, whatever that
Oh
means.
God.
And
what in the
he,
world does that mean?
uh,
Heterosexual. A straight man that is in touch with his fashionable side.
avant-garde fashion. Oh
Oh wow.
boy, I
Oh
don't
boy,
even
I
know which one
know.
to choose. I'm gonna say, let me look at men's avant-garde. And I'll give you guys a picture of what he probably wears. Oh, it is definitely this, you guys. Oh, holy moly. I'm so excited right now. It's the one in black, just so you know. Let me get to Fari. And let me paste this as under the NPCs. For the Kraus family, I will do David Kraus.
While we're doing this,
Kraus.
Bella, did you turn up your input before the stream?
I thought about
Oh,
it.
that's
I meant to do that.
right. That's the problem.
I thought about that. I meant to do that. I even went over to the right part to do it, and then I got distracted when someone mentioned crocheting. It's not blaming anybody. It's unmedicated mental illness.
Okay. So, if you
Fine.
Can I
look,
change it now?
yeah, change it out. It's fine.
I
Um
love it.
if you look in public under NPCs and David Kraus, you will see I've posted
Yeah,
a
yeah.
picture. It is the one on
Oh
the
my
right. It is the guy on the
Wow.
right.
He looks like
Um
he belongs on our mask crew, honestly.
Yes, he does.
Also,
down to a T, like the necklace, the cap, everything. What's up?
Oh yeah,
What's up?
absolutely.
can Catherine chat with Sarah before we like finish the wake?
Oh, yeah,
Or are you gonna
totally.
have like
Yes.
another?
I want
Okay.
you guys to be able to speak to each Kraus person. So,
Okay, perfect.
Cool.
yeah. And also, you'll have a chance to roll metal. And then based on your rolls, I'll give you a clue and you can role play where you found it, etc., etc.
Testing.
Yes, that is so much
Yes.
better.
Very good.
Thank you. You might even be able to move it a little further away from your mouth. There you go. Now talk.
Hello, hello. I'm
Yes.
Carolyn, and I like causing problems.
And I like not turning my mic up so people can't hear me.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's Lauren's fault. Anyways.
No, I'm,
Okay.
it's the little hamster
It's
wheel
fine.
up here.
Yeah, I get you. Laura, what do you do? David looks
Oh,
very annoyed.
he's very annoyed.
Not
Okay,
sad at all.
he's gonna be very much more annoyed right now because I think Laura had a plan, and when he entered the kitchen and he saw that man, she probably forgot she was ever married at some point, and she just straight up go up to him and say, "So, hi, how are you doing? Who are you?" It gets like probably very close, a little bit too close,
Is she coming on to him?
a little bit, yes.
Okay.
The outfit, it was the outfit, okay.
Um yeah, he looks at Laura, who is easily over twice his age.
Easily, yes.
Easily, and he looks at her and he is like, "Excuse me, do I know you?"
No, you don't, but you could.
She's like, he says, "What? Why? Who are you? What are you even doing back here?"
Oh, they're running out of sandwiches.
He's got
Apparently,
like
it's here
two
because it's
sandwiches in his, and he had just taken a bite.
yeah, and I was just gonna go into the kitchen to see if I could help because I run a shop. I don't know if you knew that, but I run a shop in town. It's
Oh, that
very
sounds so nice.
famous.
You run a shop. Well, I bet that you don't have the pressures of running like a 5-story art gallery that has let me think about what he wants to say. He's like um
Carolyn needs to have a word with this young man.
It's all right. Laura has a plan though.
and you probably have never been, so inconvenienced by somebody dying. I have places to be. This reminds me of the great performance artist Zhao Bai, who was so committed to his work he threw himself from the top of a 5-story building. The ultimate artistic expression, if you ask me. If only my father's death could have been so significant, but he lacked vision. So here we are. And I have to be
Okay.
here. And why am I talking to you? He eats another sandwich.
Okay. Um,
Hold on, I've
I
got to
think
take this. He takes another phone call. And he holds his
okay.
finger in your face. It is he is so freaking
Yeah.
obnoxious.
Wow.
Bite it.
He's
Bite
like,
it off. Bite it off. It only takes about as much force as a baby carrot. Bite it off. Bite it
Few
off.
pounds of pressure to kill him. Something like
and then he finishes the phone call very snippy, and he looks at you. He's like, "May I help you?"
yeah, I think she looks up and down like she looks him over and says, "Wow, it's such a shame. I do run a shop, and my husband died in that shop. He had a heart attack. It was pretty inconvenient that somebody died where I work every day, somebody that I love. But you know what? Um, he did do something for me before he died. He didn't leave me any debt at all. He left it in his will too. It was pretty. It's a pretty good man. That. Wow. So no, what do you think about that?
I don't even understand what you're talking about, lady. Listen, I gotta take this phone call. His phone is off the hook. And I'm gonna take these sandwiches, and you all are gonna leave me alone. It's have you guys seen Schitt's Creek? It
No,
is
I haven't.
that it is David. Oh, and this guy's named David. Yes,
Look at that.
same guy. It's basically the same. It's very
Basically the same. I
it's
love
basically
Yeah.
the same.
Canadian.
Oh, really? Great show.
Yes. Great show. All filmed in
Canada?
Ontario.
In
Canada.
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 Yeah. In the north.
Agatha Webby Kid is also filmed in Canada.
It's a little more
What is?
PG than Schitt's Creek.
Yeah, sorry.
It's okay.
First thing that popped in my head.
Oh,
It was Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Oh.
Okay,
I
Laura,
think
go.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, don't worry about it. I think Laura, says to him, "Oh, I can see why you had that argument in the yacht.
Excuse me?
The argument you had, the will."
Excuse me,
that-
but you were definitely not on our yacht. My yacht will be my yacht.
Wait, are you asking whether I been on the yacht or whether
I-
I was on the yacht then?
I am
are two
stating
different
that
questions.
the yacht is exclusive VIP access, and I know every person who gets on and gets off of that yacht.
Yeah, clearly you don't. Anyway,
Yes, here for it.
clearly you don't. By the way, were you planning to sell that vase, the vase you have in your yacht, or not?
You're gonna roll a day move. I made Knight roll a day move for this nonsense. You roll it too.
Okay. Let's see before I get kicked out by the most annoying person here. Well, he's gonna try at least. Okay.
You need to roll with presence.
Presents. Okay, great. That's a +0.
Oh, a 9.
Ah, nice.
Nice.
Great.
On a 7 and 9, the keeper will tell you how your actions would leave you vulnerable, and you can choose to back down or go through with it.
He'll
Hmm.
never love you.
No, that's.
I'm going
yeah.
to say that whenever you mention, so how it will leave you vulnerable is, he will literally throw the plate of cucumber sandwiches at you, and
Wow.
you will suffer the condition of unpresentable because you will be covered in cucumber sandwiches, and that will make you roll with disadvantage anytime that you want to roll with your presence.
Okay.
Would you like
Okay.
to continue or back down?
This brat.
No, I'm continuing because this man is gonna threaten an old lady. I either win or win.
Okay. So, if you continue and just finish what you would say to him so that I can give you the positive of your, like,
Yeah.
the success part
I
too.
was asking about the vase, and I think I'm gonna say, because it got broken, and I'm guessing it got broken in a fight. Some people die in those.
Is that it?
Can I
Yes.
have a question? Is Eunice walking in the door now with
Oh,
uh
totally. Totally.
okay, I'd like to use my Maven move, BA Brachus. Once per session, if you or any number of fellow Mavens suffer physical harm, you can describe how it's narrowly avoided. So,
So, physical harm, that would be if I gave her the condition of like a broken face.
oh, okay.
But I'm giving her a condition that of how she appears to other people. So
Okay.
I know that you want to use that so bad, but I didn't want to make David actually hurt a little old lady
I mean,
because
he
You know,
can't
like
even
how he
throw
hurt
a
his
plate.
dad.
I mean, he's still throwing a plate.
or he might just like he just covers you with cucumber sandwiches. That's what happens. So
Wow.
he gets redder and redder in the face as you like bring up the vase and you bring up the argument, and he's like, I do not know what you're talking about, and he like shoves the sandwiches onto your garb, whatever you're wearing. You're covered in slimy
Yeah.
cucumbers. Some gets in your hair. And he looks horrified, and he is like, oh, uh, hmm. And Andrew witnesses this, and he says, Master Kraus, how we have spoken to you about your temper time and time again.
Eunice would like to shout out, oh, so that's what happened with the vase.
David storms out. He
Okay.
says, Andrew, get these women out of here. They don't belong here. They're upsetting me. My father. And he goes, and then he runs out of the.
I think that right as he's going away, she's gonna like say loudly towards him. So yeah, I wonder who would have won in a fight, you or your dad. I think you knew that pretty well.
He does not respond. But the butler, Andrew, says, Ladies, first off, I am so sorry that he acted towards you that way. But second, you two should very much not be in the kitchen. This is for staff only. Why don't you head up the hall and up the stairs and to the right? It's the second room on the left from the third room straightforward. He like gives you really convoluted directions.
Yeah.
It was like, and there is a dressing room there. Now you don't want to use the first sink. You must use the fourth sink because that has the warm water, and there are towels, but it is all the way down at the end of the hall, at the closet. I am sure that you'll be able to find your way. Just holler if you need help, and also please try not to provoke the Krauses. They are suffering immensely from this tremendous loss at this time. Thank you.
Okay.
He picks off some of the cucumber sandwiches off of you,
I think she's gonna say,
brushes
"Oh,
them off,
yeah,
and sticks
I
them
think
on the
she's gonna say,
plate.
Oh
I didn't
no.
know this was Taco Bell.
Oh no. I think Laura is gonna say, well, thank you. And also, by the way, I think your chefs are scalding the tea. They're putting in the hot water on top of it, not the other way around. Okay, thank you. Bye. And she's just gonna probably it scooches Eunice with her to go outside of the kitchen.
Okay.
Eunice definitely does not resist.
We pop over to Carolyn and Catherine. I know Catherine wanted to talk to Sarah. What's
Yeah,
Carolyn doing after seeing the dog? Oh, comforting her. Did she do anything else? Because the kid is like non-responsive now. She's just crying and like in her phone, like angry swiping and texting and all that.
She is kind of like trying to figure out where she last saw the dog. It's like telling stories about dogs that she has had.
Catherine saw the dog. No, right?
Carolyn was with Yeah,
Yeah,
Carolyn was
I
with
was
me.
there.
Yeah.
Okay, I couldn't remember. So
Guys.
Right,
Catherine
but
and Carolyn saw the dog.
Carolyn's like trying to get her to coherency and trying to.
I gotcha. Okay. And then Catherine, go. Sarah is definitely, she's avoiding her mother because she can't handle those vibes right now, like the angry vibes. She's actually over by her father's coffin. Like,
Perfect.
she caresses his face, his cold,
Perfect.
dead face,
That's
and
okay.
she's very sad.
So Catherine goes up to Sarah and puts her arm around her and is like, "I'm so sorry about your dad, dear. Um, when I was asked to do his autopsy, I found this on him, his watch.
Daddy's watch.
Hmm.
Uh,
Would you like to put it on him?"
It's been the missing piece. Thank you so much. And she takes it and she, like, very gingerly, like, you can tell she's very tender towards her father. They obviously had, like, a very loving relationship, very close. She puts the watch on him and she is just, like, sobbing. Not hysterical. It's just endless. It
Yeah,
just
there's
keeps on
something
coming.
strange about that watch. It wasn't set to the right time.
What? What do you mean? That doesn't make any sense. But the water does strange things to electronics.
No, it's not electrical. It's a self-winding watch. It shouldn't have been affected, I don't think.
I never thought
Right?
of it that way. But what does that mean? Not
I
what
don't
does a
know.
self-winding watch mean, but like what does it mean that
Yeah.
it's not
I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out.
you
You know,
do
we've
yeah,
go
no,
ahead.
no, you go
Go ahead,
ahead.
dear.
No, you go ahead.
Um, we think that maybe your father didn't commit suicide and he was actually maybe there was some foul play.
Do you really think someone could have murdered my father? It's too horrible to contemplate. And she like she's
And
hysterical now.
well, your brother seems very upset about not being in the will.
Is that a thing? It is a thing, and
Yeah,
that
it's in a clue.
I
Argument
couldn't.
Maybe.
about a will, or I don't
Yes.
know if it's
Oh, I see. So this is how this works, you guys. Because after I have you roll for meddling for clues, you will have more than enough to do the theorize move, and we could end this mystery tonight. And the way, like, and I wanted to mention that because the way that Knight just rolled in with the whole will thing is literally however you can put together who did it using the clues, using your creativity. You can like speak things into existence. What you say is the truth, and then you roll, and if you win the roll, then it is the truth. If you don't, you're wrong and it's not the person, and then consequences occur.
well, I'm not accusing him. I'm just
I know,
asking, digging for information.
I
Okay.
gotcha. Yeah. So at this point in time, because I cannot tell you that he was cut from the will,
Well,
because
he seems upset about the will. We know that, I think, right?
yeah. So
Or
he,
he was slighted in the will in some way.
yeah. She just nods her head. I'm going to have you roll meddling now, and roll it
Okay.
with I think, or is meddling already? Have we been doing meddling wrong? Oh, no,
Hilarious.
no, you do roll with an appropriate. I didn't know if it had an assigned ability. So yeah, choose the ability that you're using. I would suggest presence or what's the other one?
Can I use reason?
Yes.
Okay. Here we go. Ooh, a 13.
That's awesome. Okay.
Uh,
On a 12 plus, you also find a void clue, or you learn something about the dark conspiracy in Brindlewood Bay. I'm gonna let you choose which one you want. Think about it. Don't tell me right now because I need to
Okay.
look at the clues here. We're gonna go with
a bird somewhere?
It's daytime at Johann's.
No, it's night, but there may
Oh,
be like crickets and stuff. Like I do live near a hill.
it's all good.
I just wanted to know what I was hearing.
Okay, sorry, I just wanted to make sure. Um, she she like kind of wipes her eyes and she says, "No, David's David's only mad because Dad never came around to his yeah, to his boyfriend David." It's David and David. and
He
and
seems like the person. He seems like the
He's
person.
the other. He's the other person in
he's
that
like,
picture.
I found my other half. It's both of them. Okay, David and David, and his dad never approved, and he's just mad, and I don't know if the will thing happened or I don't know, but. And I'm putting that clue is a taboo love affair. Taboo, guys, as in like Albert Krauss. You know, didn't want it happening. And then
Right there. Okay.
taboo love affair is that no, David and David. David plus David. There we go.
David to the second power.
Right.
David squared.
Yeah, and oh, now you can tell me, do you want a void clue or do you want a dark conspiracy factoid?
I think I want a dark conspiracy factoid.
Okay. This is the first time I've done this, so forgive me for being slow. You also learned something about the dark conspiracy in Brindlewood Bay. Um, hmm. I want to. I'm really bad about layering these things into the story. Okay, actually, you know what? I'm gonna go with the history of Brindlewood Bay. You get one. You'll get two facts instead of just the one. Uh, No, that doesn't work that way. Whatever, I'll start with that. Okay, so in the summer of 1877, the crew of the whaler Deep Reaver set out from Brindlewood Bay. They returned with the strangest whale anyone had ever seen. It had tentacle like legs and rows of oily black eyes. They sold its parts to buyers all over the world, and the proceeds were used to turn Brindlewood Bay into what it is today. The way that Catherine knows this is because she hears some ladies talking. Oh, Etienne is definitely a part of this conversation. That was in 1877, and he's not that old. So, but like his great great grandfather definitely was a part of that crew. I'm gonna put the note
So
card
Catherine heard
where
it
you
while
can
she
see it.
was like people watching down at
Yeah,
the fish market.
yeah, totally. And then the other thing that you would have learned. You have just heard, especially after that whole creepy thing that happened on the beach. Something else that you heard, maybe even at the wake, because they were where Albert was found. You hear
Right.
some women and they're whispering to each other, it's like, it, those ladies, they congregated where Mr. Krauss was where Mr. Krauss was discovered, and I've heard that they have a name for themselves, and it's very strange, very strange. Midwives of the Fragrant Void? That doesn't make any sense. They're not delivering babies. We don't know what they're doing. Yeah, so now that that thing was Midwives of the Fragrant Void, and you are aware of the little factoid about a very strange whale coming out of Brindlewood Bay.
Interesting. Okay. I like it.
Okay. That was fun. Okay. Anything else you would like to say to Sarah?
Um uh, no, I think she would just say I yes, I mean, she would just say, I still remember giving birth to your children, and it was such a pleasure to help you bring life into this world. And I just hope that if you can think of anything, that you'll just contact us and let us know what you know.
She thanks you profusely, and she lets you know all three names of all three of her children, whom she, of course, remembers you birthing, helping her out. Yeah, she knows you're her doctor, definitely. Yeah, she thanks you, and then she just like watches her dad when she pats his hand, and it's really sad. Um, but moving on, because this is a cozy mystery game, not sad. Uh, we are going to hop
So
over
cozy.
to Carolyn, and you can roll your meddling move if you would like to.
What would she be trying to meddle?
If you want to, you guys have more than enough clues to theorize. I'm going to say, Carolyn meddling, give or take, because you're kind of just not probing for information there. Or, well, you tried. You
I tried.
tried. And I did give you the second part of the whole dog clue. So I would count that. The only other person I think should have rolled for meddling is probably Laura, because you had gone into the kitchen and you were talking to David and all that. So I'm running out of clues to give you guys, but you can totally roll because I have one more. Well, I have a couple more, but
I mean, I have a plan that we can do, and maybe that way, Pineapple and me can both roll.
okay. Oh yeah, you guys
Because
got to go up and get cleaned up.
I
That's
mean,
why I was gonna have you both roll for meddling.
So that you
Yes.
can explore around the
So
house.
go ahead
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
roll first, and then we'll role play your clues if you get them. And you're gonna want to use probably reason, because you're probably like, I wonder what's in here under this mattress.
Yeah, yeah,
It's a letter.
yeah.
Another letter,
Another.
sultry letter.
It's another letter. Moves up. Reason. Let's see. Just scour the place.
Okay. On a
Hey.
7 to 9, there's a complication either with the clue itself or a complication you encounter while searching. I will tell you what it is. I'm assuming you're going in all the rooms. Is that fair?
Oh yeah. I'm not even actually. I'm not even gonna go to the washroom at all because
Just dropping
if
cucumbers everywhere.
yeah,
True.
definitely because if I get the chance and if everybody's okay with it, I had the idea of like doing the tarot reading
Oh, that's
for the
right.
for the wake as the theorized move, and I'm just gonna like throw all the things out there and just like how was it called, accuse somebody in the middle of the wake while I was doing the reading.
Okay, yeah, that's really cool. The role will definitely confirm your ability to read tarot cards. So you know.
That'll
Uh,
be terrifying for Laura, but she'll try.
so what you find, you're in you're in David's room, and you've shuffled through all of his crap. He's got a lot of obnoxious crap in his room. Um, and you find a sealed envelope that's never been opened. It's addressed to David. It's like, and it's got like a little signa of some kind of like healthcare thing there. And when you open it, it's documents that call into question the paternity of a child.
Oh boy.
I'm not going to say whether that child is David's child, or maybe David is the child whose paternity is questioned, um who's fought, like, is Albert the dad? So yeah, that's gonna be, I'm gonna leave that up to your theorize stuff, because it's funner that way. Documents, I'm just saying David's name is on there. If he's the recipient or the person, you know is up to you guys. That call into question the paternity of a child. And the complication with this. Oh, the complication with this is that, yeah, when you open this and find it, Andrew actually walks straight in,
Oh no,
and
Andrew.
he sees you, and when you turn around, he is like beet red, angry. Like, this is a man that does not look like he gets angry. He's like, "Excuse me, madam, you must not be in the quarters of Sir David Kraus. I must ask you to leave the premises immediately."
Oh boy, is he? Can I understand? He's kicking me out,
He's
right?
oh
Or
yeah,
just
he's totally like he wants
like,
you out of the house.
oh damn, no. Well, so much for that. Anyway,
You don't have to do the theorized move in the presence of the family,
no, yeah, yeah. It's just an idea. I
but
just
yeah,
it doesn't bother me.
you could
And
still do the tarot card readings.
I mean,
But
yeah, I don't know. I don't know because I think that out of all the people here, she actually kind of respects Andrew, and she's kind of actually ashamed
God.
she got caught just only because it's Andrew.
And because it was a partial success, I'm going to say you can either keep the letter or put it back. He does not notice. He just sees you shuffling around. He sees all your cucumber pieces betraying you. And
Yeah, it was a trail towards the room.
he says, "Come with me, madam. We will. You must go. I must ask that you leave the premises. I
Yeah,
apologize
yeah.
profusely. However, you understand. You can't, you know, do what you do." He does not
uh,
remember that Eunice went up there, so Eunice is safe.
yeah. Jeez. Oh, this one actually hard. I mean, I'm
Sneak
debating
back
whether
in.
yeah, I'm debating whether I keep the leather or not because David is such a jerk.
You can decide that later. I want to pop over to Eunice real quick and see what she's
Yeah,
up to.
yes, no problem with me. I'm just
Um,
trying to think about it.
Eunice, wherever you're at, it is very echoey in this place, and you totally hear Andrew get the jump on Laura, and you hear their footsteps as she's being escorted out. I'll probably, apologizing profusely.
Yes.
What's Eunice up to?
Well, I was going to try and investigate. Like, I think we were doing this like half, like it's a hallway, and one of us was on the one half, one of us was on the other one. But I kept with my streak of failing everything, so I found nothing,
Oh,
and I
you
got a
did
6.
fail, didn't you? Yeah, you find nothing. And in fact, you not only not find nothing, wait, you know what I'm saying. No, because I don't have a reason to punish you. It's fine.
I think Eunice is just like, well, there's nothing in here. Oh, Laura's getting kicked out. Guess I'll go follow them.
And now we fade out and we fade into wherever you guys. We are like right here, so we should definitely theorize and figure this out. The
At
way
this point, while Laura's being escorted out, Carolyn has brought drinks to any maven that she could find, which is pretty much Catherine.
Okay.
She's left Emily because she's not getting anything out of her and decided to try to do something better and try to figure out what's going on. Hasn't been able to figure out what's been going on because she couldn't find anybody and is thirsty.
I gotcha. Okay, we are going to call the scene at the Krauses because you guys have found everything that you will find, talk to everybody, all that. I wanted to talk about the theorize move. So when the Mavens, but when it comes to this, the Mavens, this is you guys as players talking about who done it. When you have an open, freewheeling discussion about the solution to a mystery based on the clues you have uncovered and reach a consensus on who did it, roll plus the number of clues found. Only one of you will roll. There's no modifiers, none of that, so it doesn't matter who does it. minus the mystery's complexity. On a 10 plus, it's the correct solution, and I will present the opportunity to take down the culprit, or otherwise save the day, which we can do tonight or next session. On a 7 to 9, the solution is correct, but the keeper will either add an unwelcome complication to the solution itself or make it a dangerous opportunity or something, but you guys will get to take down the culprit and save the day. On a 6 or less, the solution is incorrect and the keeper reacts. And
like-
yeah. So go ahead,
Well,
look at your clues, talk
well,
about
our
it.
clue, we have 14. So
Yeah.
-6, which was the complexity,
Yes.
is 8. So I think it's
So we
really
can't-
hard to fail this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That being said, I still don't think I should be the one to roll. Because,
That's okay.
uh,
That's okay. We won't let you
appar-
roll.
yeah, I agree.
So the way that this works is you use the clues and then you create the story of who did it and why, and then we'll roll for it. Even if it's a guaranteed success, I want you guys to play the game. So play it.
Have
I-
fun. I demand.
Before we do, I want to add my scarecrow clue of the statue.
Alright.
I think it's from one of David's galleries.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Bird, wooden bird statue.
So now we have a +9. That's my
Okay,
contribution.
perfect.
Wait, hold on. Don't I get a plus on my next roll?
But that doesn't count for your.
Damn it. Okay.
You can't
So
solve a
close.
mystery with Maven moves.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have been.
And
I
I
have been
assume that
looking
means
at
we
these.
We also can't
Okay.
add our cozy items and stuff. when
Right,
we
right.
roll.
Yeah.
Right.
So
It's just a
Okay.
straight roll.
I
Okay.
feel like
Go ahead.
David did it
Mhm.
Yes,
on the
Yeah.
with the crowbar.
with
With
something.
the pot. I think it was the pot. I think
The vase or
When
the
we-
The
pot?
vase.
yeah, the vase,
The,
sorry.
the vase. Yeah.
When we originally found the vase, we had talked about maybe he had thrown it and then the person was stunned and that's how they fell off. So I'm thinking maybe that is what happened. So still wasn't purposeful. It was an accident, but it still caused the death of Albert.
I also think that Bella's right that Amanda was somehow involved, and I think the argument
Oh, absolutely.
of the
Mhm.
woman and David on the deck of the Regal Lady was probably the mother, who is also having an affair, and maybe with this thing coming up, that it was an opportune time to rekindle her love of a past veteran. So maybe it was both of them, kind of like he was the golden boy, and for her anyway, is my thought. I don't know. How does everyone else
Probably.
feel?
I was curing my hiccups. Yeah,
And I was thinking maybe David. Yeah, we think David did it, and he probably had a fight with Albert, and he may or may not be like the child born from the affair. May or may not, because he doesn't know he didn't open the letter, but he knows that at least him or his other two sisters, one of them has to be. And the fact that there's a
I guess it
problem
would
with the
be-
well tips him off, and he was angry about it.
And I,
I
think
don't-
there could
it
also
would
be.
Emily.
I think that the debt that they're.
love child.
Yeah, I also think that maybe the debt they're talking about is one of the family members trying to pay off hush money so that someone knows that David maybe isn't like, the legitimate or like, full Kraus. So maybe the debt that they're paying off is hush money.
That's
I
a really
also-
good one. I didn't think about that.
I also think that maybe the will hadn't been changed, but he had threatened the will to be changed because the he didn't approve of the love affair, the taboo love affair. Like he was threatening to come out or something. And
yeah, that's
if he
good.
came out, he would change Albert might threaten to change the will. So David just got angry at that.
And the name that's scratched out on the party list is not David, but
David.
David.
It's
David.
David. It's
Exactly.
David.
Yeah, that's the name that's scratched out because Albert didn't approve of it.
Maybe the watch set at the wrong time is like a countdown towards like the person they were supposed to be to deliver the money, or there was gonna be some kind of meeting. And the sequence of numbers is a bank account.
Or we also know that David was flew in. So if he was flying in, they could have had the watch set to a different time zone where David was, so that they had David's time and
Oh,
not their time.
that's better.
Yeah, true.
Yes. But I think Bella, you had something.
Um, I think that the wife has been slowly funneling money out of their shared bank account. She's been stashing money aside so that she can eventually run off with her lover. I think that she has been either slowly poisoning or like emotionally manipulating her husband to try to get him to actually commit. Um, I do think y'all are on the right track with David and David, with being kicked out of the party and um, kind of being the black sheep of everything what's going on. But I don't think that it is David that is the love child. I think it's the daughter, uh, youngest daughter Emily. She's unattached. I think she knows too, and that's why she's so unattached to what's going on at the funeral. Um, why she kind. I mean, I'm basing her.
Persona,
Personality?
reaction,
Her behavior,
behavior.
behavior,
Ah, yes.
behavior at the funeral to kind of basing it on how she would act at other big events. Even if there was a fight on the thing, I don't think she would have actually witnessed the fight. Um, even if she was at the party, which is a 50-50 at best. Um, I think it ended up being after the fight between uh, the husband and wife, it was between the father and son. The son was the one that actually hit the father upside the head with the vase, or the
But we know
mother.
the fight was with David and a woman.
Yeah, the fight was with David and a woman.
Oh,
It's part of the
okay.
clue.
So, and he died. They killed. They killed him. He was poisoned because your autopsy didn't bring up any other than
Well, we
drowning.
didn't know the cause of death.
You
We
wouldn't
couldn't
be able to
determine cause of
test
death
it, yeah.
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 Okay. So
because it was in a fish market.
yeah, the cause of death was indeterminate. He was either poisoned or drowned at another location. They brought the body onto the yacht as a guys for a party. They wanted to make sure that everything was done. They weren't like he might have been groaning or something, like not fully like brain dead maybe, but not dead. Um
I'd say that probably Occam's razor. He did die in the yacht, but the poison just made it so he couldn't take the hit he got from the vase.
yeah,
That was enough.
Also,
but
we
I'm
found we
Also, it
found
happened in the hot tub.
yeah,
yeah,
we found
but
the vase in the hot tub, so he
I'm
could have
getting to that. I'm
actually
getting to that.
been hit with the vase and then drowned in the hot tub. Then they threw him overboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting to that.
Made it look like an accident.
Yeah.
They either hit him upside the head with the vase at the top of the water slide, where he would then
That's a
over
voice
him,
again.
But the
go
base
down,
is in the hot
drown,
tub.
and then just shoot him like out into the ocean off of that. Or they pushed him down the slide. He broke his neck or something. I don't know. Like spine damage.
But then I
Maybe.
think we would have found that in the autopsy.
Yeah, the autopsy
Yeah.
was supposed to be so not just you guys' autopsy. The death was determined to be drowning, even though maybe it wasn't. But like a broken neck would be really obvious.
Right. That's just.
But
Yeah.
yeah, this is part of what theorize is. So does everybody agree that it's David?
I
I
think it's
would.
David and
I
Amanda.
think it.
I think it's David and
Oh,
Amanda.
yeah,
I
it's
think-
sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Two people, David and Amanda.
I
Okay.
think, I think David is what caused like the initial like death, but then I think Amanda is definitely
Ah,
an accomplice.
I was about to ask who is the accessory and who is going away for first degree murder.
I think,
Amanda's
yeah, well, I
pulling
think
the strings.
Amanda started the process, but David finished it.
Okay, I gotcha.
In
Yeah.
a fit of
Yeah.
rage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Had a
agree.
fit of
Definitely.
rage.
Okay.
And Amanda started getting on his ass because you killed him before it was time.
Yeah. So who's gonna roll?
Not
Oh
me.
boy. Candy pineapple.
Unless you
I
really
guess
want
I
me to,
will.
but I
Get
don't.
you, Sappy Scat.
Am I just rolling 2d6?
Yeah. You just roll 2d6 and then add. I mean, you got 15
9.
clues. Oh wait, that's right. You got 9 clues, so you definitely.
You have to go into the dice pool and take off the fate dice.
I'm gonna. Oh no, you know what? This could still. Even on the lowest roll, you'd still get a 10. So I'm gonna.
First mystery. It's
That's
our first
true.
mystery. Please.
It's our first mystery.
Please.
Yeah, well, he rolled, so 7 plus 9 is definitely more than 10. It might even be 15. Is that right?
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
something?
It's 16, actually.
Oh,
16.
you're
Nine
right.
plus seven.
Sorry. I'm tired. Yeah. That's right. On a 12 plus, not only is your solution correct, but also a person involved in the dark mystery. Whoa. In the dark conspiracy of Brindlewood Bay also reveals themselves to the Mavens.
It's Etienne.
It's
I
Etienne.
knew it.
It's Etienne.
It's confirmed. It's canon.
I am going to say no. Cause
Aw.
yeah,
Not yet. It's not yet.
not yet, Tien.
That sounds in the third mystery.
So, it is up to you guys if you want to play out this last scene and be done. You want to do that? Okay, so, here we go. You, as the Mavens, you got into your, the following morning, okay? You go, it's book club day. You go, you don't even read the book. You're like, Amanda Delacour, I understand you are important, but this is more important right now. And Laura goes and she flips that board over, and like you've got the faces of all the Krauses and the lines and the everything. And
Carolyn brought freaking donuts.
there's like, we see Laura and her hands are moving so fast, we see like just a blur of hands. And when they come away, it's like the profile of Amanda's face, like in a candid photo. And then David, who is like yelling at somebody, and then it's it's like converged together with 2 red pieces of string onto Albert, who is dead because he's like this. And and yeah, and everybody else, you've got big red X's marked on
Yeah.
them. And at this moment, you hear footsteps come up. Actually, I'm going to give you a choice. Would you guys like to confront this yourselves, or would you like the sheriff to make his presence?
I think we do a Scooby Doo and we just do it, and they're like, "Well, we solved it because." and,
I
like,
think
that
as
kinda
the
thing.
sheriff walks in, we leave and he realizes what's on the board, and
Yeah.
we just
Yeah. He's like,
It's a
ladies.
race against
So
time.
whenever he comes in, he doesn't even notice the board right now because Mr. Krause has been laid to rest. Like, this is done. He's like, he drowned. Blah blah blah. We all saw how upset everybody was at the party. Not the party. The funeral. And he looks. He's like, I thought I'd. And as you guys like are getting up, he thinks he's like, oh yes, I was here for some of that tea and
I have
some
an
sandwiches. Yeah.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
So I think we're like, "Oh, sheriff, welcome. Have some tea. We have some donuts." And as he's distracted with that, we book it out the door so that we can get.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Like, he's
Yeah.
going, he's pouring himself some tea. He's like, ladies, I really commend you trying to help, blah, 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 blah. But, sometimes it just isn't murder. And whenever he turns around with his cup,
We're
none of
gone.
y'all you're
We're
gone.
gone.
And he's like, what the heck? And then he looks slowly. We see him, like, turn slowly and look at the crazy board, the serial killer board on the wall. And he is like, And you've probably made notes and stuff connecting all the clues that you found and have like little Polaroid snapshots of things. And he's like, they've done it again.
Golly, they've done it.
And
You know
then
they got a bloody done
we
it.
flash over to you guys. What are y'all doing? Where are y'all going without
I
your
think we're-
handcuffs?
I think
Like-
if this is okay, I think we're all in Laura's car, like going somewhere.
Yeah,
Tokyo
she's-
drifting just
Yeah.
all the way.
Y'all
Yes,
pile
please.
in.
Oh, what if we're on the way to the airport because we know that?
Oh,
that's where-
David is totally.
Yeah, he's trying to get out of town,
He
and
is
we're like, nah,
out.
we gotta
Yeah.
get there.
Oh, he's out now.
I am going to. No, he's not gone yet. He's towards the airport. This is pre 2001, so you can definitely go through those like There's
Oh,
no
hell
TSA. There's none of that. You know. It's-
Also, would Amanda be seeing him off at this moment?
oh
or would-
yes, of course.
perfect.
He's her beloved child.
Okay,
Or is he?
perfect.
Child.
Oh, well, paternity, not maternity.
Oh,
I mean,
right,
she knows
yes.
she gave birth to him. Like
Yes,
nobody
I am
else
a
could do
biology
that.
major. I get this stuff.
It's okay. Okay, so you guys pull up in Laura's car, you squeal into the like drop off lane, and as you guys get out, you hear someone shout, "Hey ladies, you're not supposed to park there." And you see
Catherine
like
clips him off. Oh.
you see the little guy with the little car, and you're like, "Ee." And then he like types in the ticket, and like sticks it underneath the windshield, and he like, "Ee." Yeah.
And it's very dramatic music, and like it's got the like zoomed in like focus, but we're just like we're walking as fast as we can, which isn't very fast, but it's it's still dramatic.
Yes. And David is definitely I'm trying to remember, I never took a flight before 2001, but I've seen movies. So basically like he's got his bags, he's waiting, he's at the terminal. Amanda is giving him a hug and she's like caressing his hair and talking to him. We can't hear what they're saying. She like gives him something in his hand and he like sticks it in his pocket and he nods. And yeah, and you guys are coming up.
So, can I get that plus 12 on a physical move? I really
Oh,
want to do something.
yes, totally.
Oh no, is it a tackle?
So, with my bag of books, because we are at book club, my carpet bag of books, I am going to dash up and just knock the both of them on the back of their heads.
Oh, okay.
Just
We're not confronting them. We're just knocking them out.
No.
Apparently.
This is
no,
assault.
This is
it's gonna be on
assault.
their backs. It's gonna be on
Okay.
their backs, so they can't get away, but they're coherent to know what's going on.
Okay, and that is on a success.
Awesome.
Okay, go ahead and roll. You're rolling plus body or vitality, whatever.
Vitality. But I asked if I could get the
What's the
Alright.
thing? What's the thing? Wait.
I asked if I could get who was it that they could grant a plus 12 to anyone, or was it on themselves?
I think they can do it only to themselves.
It's
Is that
to
me?
themselves, but you. Oh,
I have a suggestion
yes.
for using the Golden Crown Mystery move,
Yes.
which is that
Yes.
yes. So I think we use the Golden Crown Mystery move to just surround them like these four old ladies, and for whatever reason, whatever we come up with, they can't move, and we just wait until the cops get there, and like we have them totally like confessing to the crime somehow, like the whole works.
Okay.
Carolyn's just threatening them with their bag of books.
Yeah.
And Carolyn has them both by their ears.
Laura
Okay.
is staring,
So,
staring down David, saying, "What are you gonna do? Push me again?"
so before you
ahead,
do
Lily.
that, before you do any of that, guys, there's a process. When any Maven says, "This reminds me of something that happened to Amanda Delacourt," which I'm guessing since Eunice suggested, Eunice can say that. So go ahead.
Are we allowed to use that in more than once in a mystery?
It's once per
I have-
session.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
perfect.
And actually, it's twice per session with Bella's move.
because
Yeah.
This reminds me of something Amanda Delacourt did.
And then
don't we have to come up with a book?
You need to tell me the name of the Golden Crown mystery in question. I have your last name is
apathy at the airport.
the C would disagree.
Terminal criminal.
Hey.
Everybody good with that?
Yeah.
You sure?
Terminal criminal. Okay, and then the problem or situation Amanda found herself in that is similar to what you're experiencing.
So,
Confronting the killer.
well, yeah,
No!
there-
Specific.
yeah, so Amanda Delacourt was in a very similar situation to this. The killer, except it was way more dramatic because the killer, they knew who it was, and he was trying to get on his flight as quick as possible. So, and unlike this situation where they're like kind of stopped, she was like chasing them down, and like, uh, I imagine she has like a crew of fellow, like every book, there's a different like group of people that always help her, uh, solve her mysteries. Um, so I imagine in this book she also has like herself and then three like uh people who are helping her. Um and basically they just get to like the gates before the killer does, and they just surround them, and then more they like start talking about all the stuff that happens, and more people just crowd around, and like so
Create
that
a
no,
wall.
yeah, exactly, so there's no way that anyone can get out.
Okay, yeah,
And
totally.
then yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what you were reminded of, and that's what happens. You guys surround them. Amanda and David are terrified and angry, and that they are fighting to get away, but they're being held by their ears. And also, um, as the commotion starts, like more and more people gather around, like you said.
When
And yeah,
I think Laura goes like, "What are you gonna do? Hit me again?" And then someone goes like, oh, "That young man hit that old woman," and then that just starts this whole drama, and like people, like yeah,
and meanwhile, you
Oh
hear
yeah,
over the intercom, David Kraus, we are missing a David Kraus. David Kraus, if we would please report to Terminal 4C. We hear that. It's like, my plane! And, yeah, and Sheriff and all his, like, cronies behind him, like, are coming and they come strolling through. It's like, ladies, we've got this from here. I knew this all along. I knew there was something off about this. You're under arrest. You have the right, etc. Miranda rights. And you see them being hauled away, and Sheriff looks over his shoulder at you all, and he just nods, and then
Carolyn cuts him a look.
and yeah, that is the end of Dad Overboard. Well, okay, we can have our ending vignettes. I like the little. That's not part of the game, but I like the ending vignettes. So we'll start with Carolyn.
Oh my goodness. There were Carolyn didn't expect to learn so much about herself and about her daughter and about similar issues that other mothers her age have faced. Well, not issues, but other parents her age have witnessed raising the next generation. And she's taken off her cross, and she's doing a lot of self-reflection and a lot of journaling. Um, she shoots her daughter a little text. No, she just shoots her daughter. 22 bad guy.
this is the
um,
next mystery.
Yeah.
um, and hmm, she does a lot of internal processing and internal process. That makes her sound like a computer. Anyway, she starts baking. She solves her problems by baking. Uh, she makes pies and cakes for people. She's gonna bring them to the next few meetings of book club. She's gonna drop them off in people's mailboxes or on their doorstep. And she's not gonna leave a note, of course.
This is like supposed to just wrap up as we're zooming out. What
Yeah,
is
yeah, but
Carolyn doing?
she's
Zooming
baking,
out, fade to
but
black.
she's baking. Her phone is on the island behind her. Her her cross necklace is in the same bowl where she dumped her keys before she met the stranger. last time. Like she took it off as she came in, and um, she doesn't really say anything. She's just calm
Okay.
and thinking.
Cool, cool. Eunice, I am saving you for last because I'm connecting the person that reveals themselves from the void conspiracy to you. Catherine?
Catherine would be at home, and I think she's looking at her very first stethoscope on the mantle and thinking like how um how proud she was to achieve like her doctorate and become a full-fledged doctor and get through residency, and then she's just reflecting on the mystery that just happened and the friendships that she has like such great friends even though they think she's crazy, but she just really loves her friends, and she's just you know um really feeling connected to them after this mystery and wanting and hoping that the book club continues and that they remain connected for some time. And I think Catherine probably met them all through the book club at somehow, so that's really her only social outlet. So she's just really thinking about solving a mystery and almost dying together and then saving each other's lives.
Bonding!
Yeah, but just bonding and just um getting to know Laura more. That was really nice. And I think Carolyn and Catherine had a great moment, and then learning Eunice and growing as a person. So she's just like thinking about all those things and thinking about how she could become a better friend.
And that Catherine knows within her heart that this wasn't the first mystery and it won't be the last.
Yeah, it won't be the last autopsy.
Yeah, illegal autopsy. Um,
Illegal
Will be in
autopsy.
a lab.
Laura.
I think you see Laura in her kitchen making the sandwiches she got thrown up. The Is it pickle? I don't remember.
Cucumber.
Cucumber sandwich.
Cucumber sandwiches, and I think she's thinking about the mystery and all that. And when she takes her first bite, she's like, "Wow, these are really good. I understand now." So when she sits down, she takes out her phone. She calls her daughters, and she tells them all about the mystery. And I think that the last thing you hear as the camera is panning out is her saying, "But listen, he was hot though. He was kind of hot, but also a murder." And last
But
thing you hear
also
is
a
a very
murder.
loud from the phone, and that's it.
Oh goodness. Okay. Eunice, and in our little vignettes fading out, I also want you to add the darkness
Right.
to both. So
So Eunice is how much later is this? Like can we say
So much trouble
it's
with
like
my
a week
light.
later
yeah,
during the
it's however
okay.
long.
So I think it's the veterans charity event that was but Eunice is in charge of it all because now there's no Kraus to get in her way. Um anyway, so Eunice
Right, because
is
she's arrested.
yeah. Um so Eunice is making sure that everything is going and it's the most successful that it's been
Ever.
ever. Um because
You're up for an
Eunice
award.
yeah,
That should have been Amanda's, but
which will be in another newspaper
of
that
course.
Eunice won't care about, but will still get. Um, so Eunice is just busy and going around with like I imagine she's got like a clipboard with like all the different things checked and if they need like more cucumber sandwiches then she writes that down and then she's like okay that's what I need to do next and then she goes and does that and she is thinking that even though she still sees the dark figures and the shadows and they still freak her out she knows that her and her friends will get to the bottom of who they are and why they're haunting her.
Okay, and as you are rushing off your in this very large building, and there is a small closet that has some kind of item that you need from it, and you definitely like you leave the commotion of the party, and it gets farther and like the noise gets farther and farther away. It's all muffled, and like the silence closes in around you, and you get that feeling that you're being watched, and you like get the flashes of darkness in the corner of your eyes as you come out of the closet, and when you turn around you see a figure across from you, and you can see her face clearly, and all she says is am I am somebody give me a name, quick, lady name.
Dolores.
Dolores, thank you. I am Dolores Mongrove, and you saw my face. And then we pan out. If you remember, Eunice was traumatized by seeing a face that actually kind of wasn't a face. It was weird. And yes, and so now she's revealed herself as Dolores Mongrove. I will write that down for you guys.
Oh boy.
Dun dun dun! Dolores
Much
Mongrove. Yeah, that's it. And it's late. And thanks for sticking with me. But I need to go take a shower and go to sleep. It was a lot of fun. I'm Savvy.
I'm Larian.
I'm Johan.
I'm Pineapple.
I'm Bella.
And this was Brindlewood Bay, and we will be back next time for our next mystery. Maybe. Well, we're still gonna do more Brindlewood Bay, but I also wanted to run by you guys, maybe doing a one shot in between each mystery of some other system. But we'll talk about that. You guys are attached. I'm attached, but
It's
like.
We're
good.
not getting
Oh,
away.
end of session. Let's do it real quick. Okay, let's go with
Does
you-
it carry over to our next
Eunice.
session?
It does. It does.
Yeah,
This is all
great.
overarching. This is not individual. So Eunice, why don't you go first? Tell us what you chose and if you got your XP.
So I chose Do You Behave Like a Woman Half Your Age? Um I mean not really that I can think of. I mostly just talk to people and failed looking at rooms.
Yeah, I agree.
So I
am
don't
less than half of Eunice's age, and I fail at finding things in rooms.
I mean I do too, and so it's relatable.
I would say that it could count.
No,
No,
it does
I don't
not.
think so. And then
Aw.
did you show someone that you've still got it? I think maybe Eunice coming up with the relation to the Golden Crown mystery. Um, with the let's cause such a big event that they can't leave.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Then-
Yeah.
okay.
Pretty good, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, Laura.
I chose Did You Dote on Someone, and I definitely did.
Hey.
And the other one is Did You Show Someone and You Still Got It? And I don't think I did that one.
I think you did with the way that you acted towards David.
Yeah, I think
Really?
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you definitely like were very like trying to put him in his place, kind
Yeah.
of thing.
I mean, it's a jerk, but yeah, okay, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Sure.
I
Learn
mean,
from
just
And-
because he was a jerk, that doesn't mean that you still don't have
Yeah.
it.
And
Yeah.
kind of in your cozy when you were like bragging to your son
Yeah.
or daughter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, for sure.
Okay, Laura. I'm not Laura. Catherine.
Um, so I chose Did You Share Wisdom with a Young Person? I did not. I forgot. But thank you for prompting me, Savvy. But I don't know if that was what the prompt was for, but I should have taken that opportunity. Did you share a memory of a late family member? I shared a memory of my late husband and how he wanted to be in the military. So
Yes. Yes.
The not pathetic one, but the other one.
The one.
the other one, yeah. the
Yeah.
other
The
one,
cool one.
obviously.
Okay, Carolyn.
And that
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
completes all my moves or all my experience points, so I
Oh.
get to add something.
Cool. What are you adding?
I think so. I chose an additional Maven move before, so
So-
I have to choose something different.
Yeah, you have to check mark whenever you do it, and once they're
Well,
all
you
check
have-
marked, you can refresh them. You have
There's two
yeah.
Maven moves you can choose.
Yeah.
So you mark off one, but then you can choose another before you can't.
I'm
choose
going to
anymore.
increase one of my ability modifiers by
Which one? Oh, which one?
I'm going to say Presents.
Okay. Carolyn?
I think I hit both of mine.
What are they?
Let me click back to it. Did you share a memory of a late family member?
Yes.
Yes, I did drone on to Emily about my lost dogs and Thomas.
Yep.
And I did dote on someone. I got Catherine a new wig.
Oh, yeah. That's sweet. Okay, so you get those. And that is it, guys. Yeah, that's it. Until next time, we will see you next Tuesday, whether we're playing this and a different mystery or if I convince you guys to do a one shot of something else. Because there's all the systems. They're all PBTA though. Yeah.
PBT letters.
Yes.
They're easy.
Letters.
PBTA.
PBTA. I'm Savvy. Oh, we already did this. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
And